What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy early start to your weekend. Hope you're all doing well. I know that this is an early Friday morning podcast, so I'm sure not many of you are watching live, but you can watch this later on YouTube on the Fighting Chance Sports Fantasy YouTube page or right there on Twitter. I am Kayvon. You can follow me on Twitter at Kayvon_sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. The reason I'm doing this early Friday is I'm actually heading out to a bachelor party for my best friend for the weekend out in Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina after this. So got to get the bets out first. Last week was an amazing week for those that tuned in. We went 5-2 last week, including 2 outright underdog winners, with the New York Jets being the biggest one. We took them at +6. We told you guys, sprinkle a little bit on the money line because we think the Jets have a chance to win this. And they did. And that was incredible right there. We also had the Patriots. That was a really, really big win for us. And we had the Falcons covering. So we had a lot of big underdogs that ended up coming up big for us and winning those games, which was really great. Oh, and the other one was the Arizona Cardinals. Again, a lucky one because Kyler Murray put the cape on his back and went Superman. But hey, it worked out for the best. So we are riding high. We are 10-2 as we are 2 weeks into the NFL. That is a 10-2 record. Let's keep it rolling. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following us and tailing our bets. If you haven't checked out my college football show on this page, on the Fighting Chance Sports page with Dan Hickman, you guys can check that out. Just follow us on YouTube, and we've been doing really well there as well. So let's have some fun with the NFL this week. It's a very interesting week. We've seen a lot of line movement, a lot of different money coming in from the sharps, from the public. Lines are on the move, so you want to get these numbers as early as possible, because if you wait till Sunday, you are already in a distinct advantage against the books. The NFL lines, I've been saying it for years, are the sharpest lines in the business. If you wait till Sunday to make all of your bets, you are already starting out as a losing bettor because they get sharper and sharper by the day. And come Sunday morning, those books know that they have the sharpest damn lines they could possibly have before kickoff at 1 o'clock. That's why you want to get your bets in before Sunday. Sometimes you can't, I get it, and sometimes lines do move in your favor by Sunday, but you want to get in your bets as early as possible because as the week goes along, those lines get sharper and sharper. Our first bet, week 3, NFL, is the Bengals -5. This started out at like -4. It's all the way up to -5, even -6 in some places. I would get that as soon as you can. I'm looking here for the most updated line. Bengals -6 on FanDuel. You can get at -5 on DraftKings. I like either one as long as it's under a touchdown. Get it under a touchdown. This is a get-right game for the Bengals. If they don't win this game, their season is basically over. They've got to win this game, and they've had a lot of issues with the pass rush, right? That offensive line has been getting destroyed. Burrow hasn't been able to get rid of the ball quickly. Well, the Jets are bottom 5 in the league in pass rush. They're not very good at getting to the quarterback. Plus, think about the 2 teams they played. They played the Steelers so far, and they played the Cowboys. Both of those teams are top 5 in the league in pass rush, in getting to the quarterback. So, yes, you don't love the 2 performances, but there is a bit of an excuse there going against 2 of the best pass rushing teams in the league. Now you get a get-right game against the Jets, who had a massive win against Cleveland last week. They got off the schneid. They got their win, but they don't have a pass rush that can take advantage of the Bengals' biggest weakness, which is their offensive line. I think Burrow and Jamar Chase have a big day. I think Joe Mixon have a big day. I think there's some points scored in this game, but more importantly, I think the Bengals win this by 10, 13 points. Give me the Bengals -5 or -6. Just get it in before a touchdown as soon as you can. On to the next bet here. Dolphins Bills over 51. I really wanted to swing to the fences and take the Dolphins here, but this line has moved way too much, guys. This line started out I love the Dolphins. I think it was +6.5, even +7. And now it's going all the way down to +5. That's a little too much for me against this Bills team. I can't take +5. So instead, because I really want something on this game, because it's going to be a fascinating game, I'm going to take the over 51 for the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. I think we're going to have a ton of points scored here on this one. It's now at 52, so I'll give it to you at the best line. I'll give it to you for 52. I know that takes us a point away here, but I want to be fair to the listeners. I got it in at 51, but now it's at 52. So for grading purposes, I'll put it at 52. You got to listen, this game's going to have a lot of points, all right? I don't see either defense, even though I know the Bills defense has been tremendous so far this year. I don't think they're going to be able to stop what Miami's doing offensively right now. And I know Miami's not going to be able to stop what Buffalo's doing offensively right now. I think we have a fun show. I think it lives up to the billing of all the hype around it. I do think the Bills end up winning this game, but I don't mind taking the Dolphins on the side here, but I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to take the over 52. I think we have a fireworks show, and I think it's a lot of fun. Both teams are top 5 in the league in offensive points per possession, offensive plays per yard, yards per play. Anything that you can put metric-wise, they are both top 5 in the league. I know it's only 2 weeks in, but both offenses are looking really good so far. For my third bet of the week, I am going to take another over, and that's the Lions and Vikings over 52.5. The Lions are going to be a bet on the over team all year long. They don't have a good defense. They have the best offensive line in the league, so they can score good points on offense, but they can't stop a nosebleed on defense. Now in comes the Vikings, who just got destroyed, throttled on Monday Night Football. They got embarrassed. What are they going to want to do to get right? They're going to want to have a big-time performance against a divisional opponent. They're already 1-0 in the division with that Week 1 against Green Bay. If they can move to 2-0 in the division, that sets them up really, really well. They know that they can carve up this Lions defense. But the Lions know that they can actually have some good success against this Vikings defense as well. I don't see either defense really having a big contribution in this game. I think both offenses are too good to stop. And I think the Vikings offense in particular is going to want to come out and put a show on after that pathetic performance on Monday Night Football. They're going to want to get things right here. And I like both teams to score points, but I like the Vikings to score even more points. Give me the Vikings and the Lions over 52.5. Let's move on to a player prop here. I'm going to take Cordero Patterson over 41.5 rushing yards. They are playing the Seattle Seahawks, who have been anemic defensively against the run so far this year. Seattle's not been able to produce a lot offensively. I think the Falcons will get a ton of possessions in this one because I think they're going to be able to get the ball back a lot since Seattle's offense hasn't been humming the way it should be recently. So because of that, Cordero Patterson has been getting as many snaps as we thought, even more than we thought as we went into the season. Their secondary running back has gotten hurt, so he's out. Tyler Algier is their backup, who's a rookie. I don't know how much faith Arthur Smith has in that rookie right now. He's a promising young kid, but I don't know how much faith he has in him right now. Because of that, you're going to see the ball in Cordero Patterson's hands a lot, and he's going to take advantage of that. He really is. He's good. He's a very good runner. He knows what to do with the football, and I think he can easily get over 41.5 yards rushing this week against, again, a Seattle defense that is going to be on the field a ton because their offense can't do anything, and it's going to wear out that defense. They're going to get tired. And before you know it, there's going to be a couple of big runs broken out by Atlanta, and I'm going to take Atlanta's running back Cordero Patterson over 41.5 rushing yards. And the final play of the day here is a bit of a tough one, but I'm taking the Commanders, the Washington Commanders, +6. This is a massive overreaction. These are the storylines I love to look at in the NFL, is how much of an overreaction are we looking at after a following week. The Eagles looked like one of the best teams in the league on Monday night, right? They looked incredible. They looked like sign them up for the Super Bowl right now. Not so fast. Okay. Yes, they're a very good team. Should they be 6 points favorite? 6-point favorite on the road against a divisional opponent? Guys, that's a lot. 6 points as a favorite on the road as a divisional opponent. I think Carson Wentz in this offense for Washington is not bad. I think they know what they're doing. I'm worried about their defense. Their defense has been an issue so far this year. It's a divisional opponent, though. They'll be able to get up for it. I think they'll be able to score enough to stick with the Eagles. I don't know if they can win this game outright. I told you guys last week when we bet on the Cardinals and the Jets, I said they can win these games outright. Sprinkle on the money line. I don't know about this one. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line a little bit just in case, because you never know what's going to happen, and you always should sprinkle a little bit. But I do like the Commanders to at least cover the 6 here. I really think they have a good chance to do that. Give me Washington Commanders +6 as we head into a tough divisional NFC East battle. And then one more player props for you guys, and then we get out of here. I am going Aaron Jones over 23.5 receiving yards. We all know that the Bucs defense is phenomenal against the run. You can't run against it. Why even try? And you've seen a lot of teams, especially last year, they stopped trying. Because of that, and because of the young receivers that Green Bay has, they're going to use Aaron Jones a ton in the pass game. They know they can't run the ball against this team. And they know they can't fully trust those wide receivers yet either. So what do? You trust the veteran running back in the pass game, who's a great pass catcher out of the backfield. Aaron Jones is going to have a huge impact in this game if the Packers want any chance to win it, and I think they have a good chance to win it. Aaron Jones over 23.5 receiving yards is my favorite prop play of the weekend. Very, very high on Aaron Jones in the receiving aspect of this game. Give me Aaron Jones over 23.5 receiving yards. That is it for the NFL Week 3 best bets. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. Just a quick recap on our plays. We have the Bengals -5 or -6. Just get it in before a touchdown. We got it at -5, but it's -6 right now, and we still love it. We've got the Dolphins and the Bills over 52. I think that continues to go up, so get that in as soon as you can as well. We've got the Lions and the Vikings over 52. I also think that continues to go up, so get that in as well. We've got Cordero Patterson over 41.5 rushing yards. We've got the Washington Commanders +6. And we've got Aaron Jones over 23.5 receiving yards. That is all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Kayvon Izami. You can follow me on Twitter at Kayvon_sports. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy watching football, and let's win some money. 10-2 so far through 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it rolling.